What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome to my Parks to Premier League here with Billericay Town FC. And so we've ended our first season in League 1 and well, how did we do? The English season review will tell us that. So the season accumulated with Sunderland lifting the Empower League 1 title, Sunderland, Brighton and Coventry looking forward to playing at a high level next year. Meanwhile, at the other end of the table, it was miseries for Oxford Town, Oxford United, Billericay Town, Stevenage and Bradford City who faced the agony of relegation. So really disappointingly, we ended the season going down as the 22nd club. Let's go into the season summary and quickly have a look at what the rest of the leagues are doing and stuff like that. So City won the Premier League again. Derby, Villa and Wigan got relegated. Adam Nilsson got top goal scorer. Robert Snodgrass most assists. Luke Freeman was signing of the season along with Robert Snodgrass. Elsewhere, Huddersfield, Leicester and Hull go in the Premier League. United, Sheffield United and Blackpool and Sheffield Wednesday will both be coming down. All three will be coming down. Of course, Sunderland, Brighton, Coventry and all that stuff, you know about coming up. Gillingham, Torquay, MK Dons and Crawley will all be taking the places of me and the other teams who have promoted. And teams we'll be looking forward to playing next season will be the likes of Carlisle and Dartford. Did we get like signing of the season or anything? James Ward-Prowse got most assists, so does that say something about it, about how our season went? I think it does. Meanwhile, Chesterfield got best and worst signing of the season. Stockport were the overachievers and Stevenage were the underachievers. So the league table actually ended like this. So of course I just said we finished 22nd. Sorry about that. Coventry snuck into the playoffs and in the end managed to win it. So that was a big shock considering you look at Mansfield, Accrington, Crew. Look at their goal difference. You look at their points and how close the league table was at the top. Really, quite a close league. You look at the relegation zone. We missed out 3 points on survival, which was really disappointing. And the second half of the season was exactly that. It was really disappointing. There's no other way to really explain it. Again, we were that all-or-nothing team. 13 wins, 8 draws, 25 losses. We really did struggle to win in the second half of the season. That's basically what cost us. I said it in mid-season as well. If we're the all-or-nothing team, there's always a chance. Okay, we didn't maybe we maybe drew a few more games, but if you look at how many games were lost, we lost the drawn most in the league. That's not good enough. And I'm actually really fortunate to keep my job because my current job. Oh God, what's happened? Brendan Rodgers, England. There you go. If you go into job security, it was insecure. I'm not lying there. It was insecure, and I was actually quite fortunate to still be in at Billericay, which is lucky for me. Here you can even see top goal scorer Adam Noble, most assists James Ward-Prowse. So it wasn't that we weren't scoring enough because we were. We scored 76 league goals. The third most in the league, and we got relegated just because of that. 94 goals conceded. I don't think you'll ever see a team anywhere else in the table in this game who will score 76 goals and go down, because obviously you've not got a problem with scoring goals. It's the other end, and we just couldn't improve it. And past positions, you'll just see we gradually go down, and we just can't pick ourselves up. Slowly, it was a painful death because I knew it was happening around the 30th, 33rd game, maybe 34th game, maybe even 32nd and stuff. We were struggling to win, we were struggling to pick up points, and it was just a slow and painful death that I just couldn't stop. We couldn't stop conceding. It wasn't, like I say, it wasn't the fact that we couldn't score, we just couldn't stop letting the goals in the other end, and it was just so painful to know that we were going to go down next season. But I sort of accepted it as well. I started thinking, okay, next season I need to do X, Y, and Z if I want to come back up. Let's go into the fixture. Let's go into transfers though before I talk about next season and stuff. So, people who are left, we'll do the outs afterwards. Hopefully, you didn't see anything there. People who came in, Russell Backhouse came in as a backup striker, and nothing more than that. Johnny Halston come in as centre mid just to try and maybe put a bit more of experience in the centre of the park because we did lack it, and I thought maybe that'll help us control a few more games, prevent a couple of losses with a bit of experience there. Obviously that didn't do. Niall Etheridge, the ex Fulham trainee, he's a decent goalkeeper. I brought him in. He actually played really well for us, but again, he couldn't prevent he kept one clean sheet in 17 games. Couldn't prevent the goals going in, and it's disappointing. But He's on quite a lot of weeks. He's, of course, an well-established Philippine international. So I think there's someone who can maybe carry us on next season. And we re-signed Oye Lul, someone we've had before in League 2 on loan. Didn't have a great record for us then. He didn't have a great record for us now. Again, he's just got some good potential in him. Oye Lul. But anyway, the outs, which is the most tragic side in my opinion. So of course we've got Tommy Lee, we know gone. Jamie Dinning, we sold for £1,000. That's a good little profit there, considering he was a free transfer and just never really played, made one appearance for us. Joe Curtis, we actually sold him for 50k just to try and recuperate. January, they come in Crystal Palace. They said what they were going to give me. He was a good player for us. He played really well. Saw the reason why we had to sign another centre mid as well. But he played really well for us through the past 2 seasons during the promotion and the current season. But the 50k deal come in. It was well above his value at the time. Of course, now he's worth 120k because he's playing at a high level of football. That will do that to values. And I thought, you know what, that's really good money. We're in the financial problems, of course, and I would more than happily take that. Rene Howe went out to York. Anya sold him for 20k again. I didn't feel he was producing well enough, getting enough assists. I don't think he played well enough for the years that he was here. First season, alright, he did okay, but then to only match what you did last season, and you've had twice as long to do it, wasn't very good. And again, this season, I just thought, you know what, he's 32 now, his stats, his pace is decreasing, and that was the only reason I really kept him on, because he had some great pace, and I thought, well, he's going to get in a lot of opportunities, because he did waste quite a few, but he's going to get in a lot of opportunities, and hopefully he can create something out of that. As soon as that started declining, I thought, you know what, that's it. Got to let him go. And now, probably the biggest outing, you can see at the bottom there. Elsewhere, though, Jez McCrawley went out on loan, and Drew Brendan, the goalkeeper, backup goalkeeper, I sold him for, what was it, 24? 12k, sorry, just because he wasn't happy about the first team chances he were getting. And with Etheridge coming in, I thought, you know what, you can go then. And yeah, Adam Noble, we had to sell him in the end. We got him relegated, and I think 4 players come out and said it to me. I think it was 4 anyway. Elsewhere, it was Alfie Mawson. He come out and said, I want to leave. It was Adam Noble said, I want to come out and leave. And I don't think it was Jack Bartham. It might have been, although I don't think it was. Other people were Mick Miller, and there was someone else, but I don't actually remember off the top of my head. But they said they wanted to leave. I thought, I can't get rid of Mick Miller. He's a great player. Alfie Mawson, I don't really mind. I don't feel he was a good player, good stats and stuff. He was an icon at the club, but I didn't feel like he was too great. I mean, the stats weren't the best around, and I thought I could at least replace him. To get 875k out of him as well, it was nice money coming in, that will be. But the biggest one is Adam Noble, who will be going to Leeds. He's already at Leeds for 1.3 million, a record fee received. And look at that. Look at his career stats there. 45 appearances last season, 25 goals. That was his best goal scoring and appearance record at the club. And when you're scoring like that at the 3 levels, I kind of just thought, you know what, he's a great player, I don't want to hold him back. And that 1.3 million alone has got us out of debt. So really, he's been a great servant for the club, Adam Noble, and by money we've managed to get from him, he's gone on to bigger and better things at Leeds. But I actually hope that he does well at Leeds, because he is a great player, and he's definitely affected the history of the club for better, more than worse. So he went out, and that's just another big person out, because before it was Curtis Thompson, but for Adam Noble to leave, we will struggle I think for a couple of years to find someone who can replace his goal scoring record. I really do. I think that's like sometimes I struggle to find goal scoring records in other saves and things like that. People that will come in and just score goals and again and again and again, and it was him. Adam Noble was a player who did that. And next season will definitely be a struggle, because I want to get straight back up to League 1 again, because I feel we're too good for League 2, and I feel we didn't do ourselves justice in this division. Anyway, last time I left you was the FA Cup game where we actually lost 5-0 to Wolves. That was a disappointing loss, to say the least, because to get to that far in the tournament, you don't want to be embarrassed, and really we were, because of the 5-0 goal line. Not the performance. The performance itself wasn't too bad, but the 5-0 goal line, the 5-0 deficit was quite shamble, really. What am I doing? I'm going down the right way. Elsewhere, though, we had a bit of bad form after that, losing 3-2 to Portsmouth and losing 4-2 to Crew. Why did I say Crew? Crew. We then draw 4-4 to AFC Wimbledon. And Adam Noble, Bennett and Kieran Watford scoring all 4 goals there in a great goal-scoring thriller. Then won 1-0 against Scunthorpe, one of our last remaining wins of League One. We then lost 2 games on the bounce, losing 1-0 before winning our final game in League One with Adam Noble and Will Brister on the score sheet. Then here comes the run that got us relegated, and a run that I just couldn't really prevent. Really distraught me. As you know from the first half of the season, I said I played an attacking 4-2-3-1. In the end, I had to try and change that because obviously it wasn't working. We lost 5-3 to Stevenage, 3-2 to Swindon, 2-1 to Chesterfield, 2-1 to Wickham, 3-1 to Mansfield. We've just been outscored. Look, 1-0 to Colchester, drew 1-1 to Kidderminster, drew 1-1 to Bradford, drew 2-2 to Coventry, lost 1-0 to Wrexham, drew 3-3 to Brighton, who ended up going up. This is a great game. I remember this game because we didn't deserve to win, and we managed to scrape the draw, and it gave us at least some kind of hope, some kind of survival. Adam Noble there getting 2 goals that really did earn us that, but we couldn't prevent it in the end, losing 2-0 to Doncaster, and relegation was already doomed on the last day of the season when we lost 3-1 to Stockport, and Adam Noble scored his last ever goal for the club away from home. So, in fact, Adam Noble hadn't scored at home for us since the Swindon game. And then Alfie Mawson, who was leaving as well, scored. So, it's just a really poor run. You see there, we tried to put up some kind of survival hope there in that short spell of games, but 1 goal deficit, 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 2 goal deficit there, 2 goal deficit, draw, 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 draw. It's just so close games, so many times that we could have just nicked a goal, got a draw, got a win. Just couldn't do it. Tactical wise, we still did play the 4-2-3-1 attacking at the end of the season. I thought, you know what, we have to do it. Play zonal marking, drilled crossing, everything else is pretty much left default of what you would expect on the attacking strategy. But next season, that's got to be changed. Next season, we're going to go back to a flat 4-4-2, something I haven't played since the first season at Billericay. And just because, I don't know, I just, playing through the season, I felt, you know what, 4-4-2 is a bit more balanced, and maybe the squad needs that, because of the fact we're the all-or-nothing team, we just need a bit of balance. Because, alright, this formation is very attacking, which is why I play the attacking strategy on it. But we maybe need to play a bit more defensively, especially next season, because the squad will be a lot weaker, considering a few people will be leaving. Likes of Alfie Mawson, of course, Adam Noble's already left. But next season, I think it's definitely people need to step up, like Will Brister, like McMillan. Will Brister has been at the club now since the first season, although I never played him in the first season because I started him right at the end, but he's been here pretty much all the way through now. And despite all these seasons with us, he's never really played as a striker, which is his out-and-out natural foot position. I've just always played him out at right attacking mid, and at the end of the season he did play well there, but next season he needs to step up as a striker, because really he's our only recognisable striker at the squad if we go to positions. He's our only out-and-out striker that I'd say is a really good player. So that's definitely going to be it's going to be a big season next season. Anyway, let's go into the not that, wrong thing. Copy of selection info and have a look at what were the key players of the season anyway. And of course, I think one of the main ones who are still here anyway is going to be James Ward-Prowse, who scored 16 assists when Adam Noble scores 25 goals in one season for you. Someone's going to be creating them chances, and for us it was James Ward-Prowse. Is an absolute great player, and shame that I said this last episode that Southampton didn't play him in this save, because he would really be a good player, and he's dominated this division. I'm really lucky to have him. Shame he couldn't prevent us going down. Elsewhere though, Mick Miller, probably going to be Fans Player of the Year again. I'm going to show you some history of the back room, because I haven't done that in ages. I don't think I've done that at all. But Mick Miller proves yet again that he can play at any level of football, and he wanted to leave, and I kind of expected that, because if you've got 7 average match ratings now for how many seasons? 3, 6, 7 seasons consistently now of 4 different divisions. I kind of expected something to be said. Actually, something I forgot to mention. The reason Adam Noble left for 1.3 million is because of a relegation release clause that he had. I couldn't sell him for any more, so that was disappointing, because I could have got more money out of him actually. But anyway, back to the squad. So all our appearances, all our consistent people who are consistently on the pitch anyway, I just consistently too many times, were James Ward-Prowse, Mick Miller, Anthony Foster, and a lot of other loan people as well, along with Andreas Piera as well, Richard Martin as well. Kind of played less games at the end of the season though, because of the introduction of Neil Etheridge. I always call him Nigel. Neil Etheridge. But next season, I looked at this and sort of just said, you know what? I loaned too many people in. Too many loanees are key players for us, like Luke Shaw, Kieran Watford, James Ward-Prowse. Next season, I need to sign a starting 11 that is the starting 11. I don't mind loaning players in. I don't criticise loaning players in either. But next season, I've got to loan players in as backup. Nothing more than that. They need to be nothing more than backup, just to make up some numbers on the bench. Because I can't be relying on loan players. Because that's what happened last season. When we got promoted last season, I relied on a lone goalkeeper. And this season, I didn't have a goalkeeper, and I struggled to find one. I couldn't loan one in. It just caused problems, and it probably was the root of why we couldn't prevent some goals going in. The fact that I didn't have a solid goalkeeper coming up with us to this division. So next season, I'm just going to make a team purely out of players that we're going to have here full-time on contract. Hopefully, anyway, if all things can go through. The assists come from, of course, James Ward-Prowse, Watford, Piera, Will Brister as well, playing right attacking mid. So definitely next season, we might struggle with some assists as well, considering our top 2 assist players were on loan from us. Goals, all the goals come from Adam Noble. 25 goals this season. That's just in the league alone. In all competition, I'm guessing it was something around 30. I'm not sure. But Kieran Watford again, just reiterating my points about loans. You can't have your top 3 goal scorers and 2 of them being on loan, or the next one's a centre back. So that's poor from us. Poor from me, really. Clean sheets, we struggled all season, only picking up, I think, 5 if we count Beden's one, which he got. Just shows our defensive weakness. And, of course, average rating already. I'd say our player of the season was James Ward-Prowse, just because how influential he was on the team. But I don't take anything away from Mick Mellor. He's a great player for the club. Awards. Of course, I personally am not going to get any awards, but some of the players on the pitch are going to get awards. So, goal of the season, we didn't get any of that. Goal of the month, I doubt we got anything of that. Manager of the month, did I ever get manager of the month? Nope. Kind of expected it. Nope, not going to get manager of the year. Player of the year went to Malcolm Mitchell. Player of the month, didn't get any of that. Players team of the year. Who got in players team of the year? Any of our players? So James Ward-Prowse got in players team of the year. So that just showed again how great of a player he is. The fact that he can get in team of the year with a relegated team. He's definitely someone that will probably go on and play in the Championship next season. Top goal scorer, of course, Adam Noble came runner-up with 25 goals in 45 appearances. One more goal and he would have got top goal scorer. The fact that Mensah had played the game more would have doomed him to that. And Young Player of the Month, Adam Noble actually got that on 2 occasions, on January and August. So it just shows a bit more disappointing. The fact we had great players like Adam Noble and James Ward-Prowse, and still we couldn't prevent relegation. And so financially, we're going to be in a lot of trouble next season at the lower level of football. Hopefully, Mawson's transfer fee coming in about 900k will just help us, maybe delay us going back into the red zone, going back into debt. The wage budget I expect to be slashed again. I expect it to be around maybe 12k next season, 10k a week, which is nothing, is near to nothing. Actually, I haven't showed you that. Our salary per annum is the lowest in the league by a long shot now. So it's going to be even lower next season, and I reckon even though we've just got relegated, normally relegated teams have quite high salary per annums, we'll probably be one of the lowest in the league again because we just can't afford it. Transfer wise, we made $1 million because of Adam Noble, of course. Average attendance, we still have really low crowds coming in. That's because of going down the league table. We're just going to get less and less fans coming in. Just a really disappointing and bitter season to take because we had such a good first half of the season. I honestly thought promotion could have been on the cards, and to take that to end up getting relegated was just a huge disappointment. But just to show you, actually, I haven't been sacked or anything, because I know you couldn't like get sacked, just add your manager back in and put me back in. I haven't actually done that since I actually originally created my guy. Anyway, look at that. Adam Noble, top goal scorer for 4 consecutive seasons. I haven't showed you fans player of the year. It sort of shows us, I think, tells a story again. Mick Mellor for 3 consecutive seasons. Alfie Mawson got it last year. I don't know how, though. I personally would have liked Mick Mellor to have got it again. But some real big shocks. The thing of the year, the team of the year will come out next time. I'll show you that next time in the January update for next season. We're back in League 2. Really struggling. It's just really annoying. basically it's like one step forward, two steps back. Just it's gonna be a difficult season next year to get straight back up, and that probably puts my job at risk again, because if we don't come straight back up, then I'm underperforming as a manager, and I can't have 2 seasons in a row where I underperform at the club. So yeah, this is it for now, guys. Gonna be a hell of a challenge next year, back in League 2 with a couple of other familiar squads. Without Adam Noble this time. Adam Noble was probably the reason we stayed up in League 2, got promoted in League 2, had all that success in League 2 that we did was purely because of him, I reckon. So, like I said, Mick Mellor and Will Bristol will have to step up and hopefully take notice. We need to take notice of them, and they need to get us back up next season. Yes, so until then, until next time, guys, where we may dip back down, but hopefully it will just be win the league or something, then we come straight back up. Who knows? Only time will tell. So until then, peace out.